the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rofh Suzon every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Army troops recover firearm and explosives after clash with New People's Army in Samar. Army survivors of Basilan boat tragedy return to duty in Sulu. Focus crimes down by 24.32% in January, according to PNP. DA opens agricultural facility, expands 20 peso rice program in Oriental Mindoro.
A pleasant day to all our viewers, especially to our troops at Camp Emilio Aguinaldo in Quezon City. Today is Tuesday, February 3, and this is AFP Community News, your trusted source for updates on the armed forces and other developments across the country. I am Rofh Suzon-Abay, here to bring you today's stories.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
For the brief overview of our news, Philippine Army troops recovered a firearm, explosives, and subservice documents after a brief clash with New People's Army members in Barangay Cagtotoog, San Jorge, Samar yesterday. The 801st Infantry Brigade said the soldiers from the 3rd Infantry Battalion encountered around 5 rebels while conducting a security patrol and moved to secure the area after hearing gunfire. Government forces engaged the group in a short firefight that forced the rebels to withdraw and abandon their equipment. The 8th Infantry Division launched pursuit operations immediately after the encounter and reported no casualties among the government troops.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
32 soldiers of the 21st Infantry Battalion returned to duty in Sulu after surviving the January 26 boat sinking in Basilan waters involving the vessel Tricia Kirsten 3. Brigadier General Alaric Avelino Santos, the commander of the 1102nd Infantry Brigade, met the troops in Jolo and commended them for their courage during the incident. Survivors said the soldiers helped calm passengers and assisted in distributing and wearing life vests as the vessel went down. Western Mindanao Command Commander Major General Donald Gomiran ordered military units to support survivor rehabilitation and psychological care in coordination with government agencies.
Armed Forces Radio.
And some information from Gina about 100th Infantry Battalion female soldiers compete strongly in Kalasag Squad Challenge.
Yes, Rofh, the 100th Infantry Battalion female soldiers under the leadership of Lieutenant Colonel Samuel Bayungasan actively competed in the first quarter Kalasag Squad Challenge. The participants completed rigorous physical, tactical, and skills-based events that tested endurance, teamwork, leadership, and mental toughness. Their performance highlighted their operational readiness and reinforced the vital role of women in military missions and field environments. Organizers said the challenge strengthened camaraderie and preparedness while promoting equal opportunity and excellence in service. This is Gina reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Gina.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
Philippine Army spokesperson Colonel Louis de Maala said the service is pursuing a balanced mix of artillery systems as part of its ongoing modernization program. He explained that decisions on tracked, wheeled, or towed artillery platforms depend on terrain, infrastructure, and sustainment requirements rather than a full shift to a single type. The Philippine Army currently operates self-propelled, tracked and towed 155mm and 105mm howitzers for fire support missions. He added that upgrade plans are included in modernization proposals, but specific details will remain undisclosed for security reasons.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
Joint elements of the Armed Forces of the Philippines and the Philippine National Police uncovered a hidden cache of war material in Labo, Camarines Norte through sustained intelligence-driven operations. The 16th Infantry Battalion led the operation with the 17th Scout Ranger Company, 5th Scout Ranger Battalion, 1st Scout Ranger Regiment Special Operations Command, Philippine Army, and 503rd Maneuver Company of the Regional Mobile Force Battalion 5. Troops located and secured the site after receiving information from a concerned citizen, preventing possible threats to nearby communities. Officials said the discovery strengthened local security and highlighted effective cooperation between the Armed Forces of the Philippines and the Philippine National Police.
Armed Forces Radio.
And from Jimboy updates about Philippine Army confirms slain rebel in Negros clash as New People's Army regional leader.
The Philippine Army confirmed that one of the rebels died in an earlier clash in Barangay Biao, Binalbangan, Negros Occidental was New People's Army regional leader Reynaldo Erecre, also known as AMIC. Brigadier General Ted Dumusbong, commander of the 3rd or 3rd Infantry Brigade, identified Erecre as the secretary of the Committing Region Negros after verification with authorities and relatives. Recently, soldiers from the 94th Infantry Battalion engaged the armed group during operation that resulted in his death. Military officials say the confirmation dealt a major setback to the rebel network leadership in the province. This is Jimboy reporting for AFP Community News. One AFP for stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Jimboy.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
Two former rebels voluntarily surrendered to the 9th Infantry Battalion under Operation Pag-Ulay. The surrenderers said they realized that their armed struggle had no purpose and only brought hardship and fear while staying in the mountains. They chose to return to the government and start a peaceful life with their families. They also praised the programs of the local amnesty board and the enhanced comprehensive local integration program and urged their former comrades to surrender and avail of these opportunities for a safe and dignified future.
DWDD National News.
For our national news, the Philippine National Police recorded a 24.32% decrease in focus crimes for the month of January compared with this same month last year. From 3,236 focus crimes incidents in January 2025, PNP Chief General Jose Melencio Nartates Jr. said the figure went down to 2,449 cases. Focus crimes are murder, homicide, physical injuries, rape, theft, robbery, carnapping, and motorcycle theft. General Nartates attributed the decline to increased policy visibility, more community engagements, and strategic deployment of personnel, especially in crime-prone areas.
Armed Forces Radio.
From our report on the ground, let us hear the report of Shaina above 502nd Infantry Brigade completes combined arms division exercise.
Yes, Rofh, the 502nd Infantry Liberator Brigade conducted the first combined armed division exercise from January 26 to 31, 2026 to strengthen coordination with operational control units and enhance its territorial defense posture. Brigadier General Roderick Paralag, Brigade Commander, led the 6-day exercise that demonstrated unified command and control among subordinate units. Major General Gilver Sinieres, Commander of the 5th Infantry Division, supervised the culminating after-action review following mission planning, rehearsal of concept, tactical exercise without troops, and operational order issuance. Army leaders said the exercise boosted the brigade's operational readiness and mission effectiveness in safeguarding peace and security. This is Shaina Araneta reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Shaina.
DWDD National News.
President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. met with Mitsubishi Corporation President and Chief Executive Officer Katsuya Nakanishi to advance potential Japanese investments. These aimed at creating jobs, accelerating mass transport projects, expanding clean energy, and strengthening digital services in the Philippines. Marcos said the meeting seeks to advance investments that will create more jobs, help complete faster and more reliable subway and railway systems, and expand clean wind energy in the provinces. The president said the proposed investments are aligned with the administration's push to modernize public transportation, particularly subway and railway systems, to ease daily commuting and improve the mobility in urban and regional areas.
DWDD. National News.
The Department of Agriculture launched major programs in Oriental Mindoro to support Filipino farmers and further enhance the local production. These include the launch of the 33.5 million pesos Oriental Mindoro Trading and Consolidation Facility at the Provincial Agriculture Center. These alongside the expansion of the 20 peso per kilogram rice program under the Benteng Bigas Meron Na program. Agriculture Secretary Francisco Chularo Jr. said this is how they raise farmer incomes, not by telling them to plant more, but by making sure what they harvest actually reaches the market at the right price.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
From NOLCOM to here's some information from Joanne. Ifugao Province declared under a state of stable internal peace and security. Go, Joanne.
The provincial government of Ifugao officially declared the province under a state of stable internal peace and security during the flag-raising ceremony on Monday held at the provincial capital in Lagawe, Ifugao, marking a milestone in the province's pursuit of lasting peace and development. Governor Jerry Yami Dalipog, in his address, recognized the vital role of the AFP and local stakeholders in achieving a stable and secure environment, which is essential for socio-economic growth, development programs, and the protection of human rights in the province. The declaration of a state of stable internal peace and security is part of the ongoing effort of the provincial government in coordination with the Armed Forces of the Philippines to institutionalize mechanisms that ensure peace and security, particularly in conflict-affected areas. The ceremony concluded with a pledge of cooperation from all participants to uphold peace, promote harmony among communities, and support initiatives that strengthen security and stability in the Ifugao province. This is John Sagak reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Joanne, from NOLCOM.
DWDD. National News.
For other national news, the Air Carriers Association of the Philippines has welcomed the government's move to make domestic air travel more affordable and accessible. ACAP Executive Director Jose Enrique Perez de Tagle said the group is open to collaborate with government and other stakeholders on practical, long-term solutions to reduce overall costs and improve infrastructure and connectivity. He said they share the goal of growing tourism and keeping people and goods moving across the country. Perez de Tagle added domestic passenger volumes are now higher than pre-pandemic times, showing a healthy market that benefits local tourism. The ACAP, however, emphasized the fares are only part of travel costs.
DWDD. National News.
President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has ordered government agencies to immediately settle obligations to contractors who properly delivered on government projects. Presidential Communications Office Under Secretary Claire Castro said the directive reflects the president's push to stimulate economic activity while ensuring accountability in public spending. Castro said the president's order is to immediately pay contractors who properly carried out their projects. She added that the president wants his order to be carried out as soon as possible. The palace official then said Marcos remains firm in his goal of boosting the economy even as he leads the investigations into the widespread misuse of the public funds.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
Let us hear more from Maljoy of First CRG about 17 IEB and stakeholders provide financial assistance to former rebels in Cagayan. Go Maljoy.
Yes, Rofh, the 17th Infantry Battalion, together with the 2nd Cagayan Provincial Mobile Force Company, Philippine National Police, in collaboration with the Department of Social Welfare and Development Field Office 2, provided financial support to 2 former rebels in Barangay Carig, Tuguegarao City, Cagayan. The 2 former rebels received 20,000 pesos each under the DSWD's Assistance to Individuals in Crisis Situation program. This is intended to provide them with immediate assistance as they rebuild their new lives and reintegrate into their communities. The recipients expressed their appreciation to the 17th Infantry Battalion, 5th Infantry Division Philippine Army, 2nd Cagayan Provincial Mobile Force Company Philippine National Police, and Department of Social Welfare and Development for the support, highlighting how it will help them begin creating better futures with their families. This is Meljo Nasho Arroco reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Maljoy of First CRG.
DWDD National News.
Meanwhile, Philippine National Police Chief General Jose Melencio Nartates Jr. ordered all police commanders down to the municipal and city levels to intensify the campaign against loose firearms, including the operations to hit hard on gun-running syndicates. Nartates said this is part of the organization's anti-crime measures since firearms, particularly the unlicensed ones, are the main instruments in committing criminal activities. He added denying criminal elements the opportunity to own loose firearms will cripple their capability to operate. The PNP chief then said the same order extends to national support units like the Criminal Investigation and Detection Group and the Special Action Force.
DWDD National News.
10 luxury cars, including 8 owned by controversial contractors Curly and Sara Diskaya, will be up for auction next week. The seized vehicles from the couple that are up for auction, including a Lincoln Navigator, Cadillac Escalade, Maserati Levante Modena, and Rolls-Royce Cullinan. 2 more Bugatti Chiron units not owned by the couple are also up for auction at 10 a.m. on February 11 in Port area. Interested bidders can view the units on February 5 to 6.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
On the other line, let's hear more from Shaira about AFP Honors Soldier Athletes launches National Dental Health Month.
Yes, good afternoon. The Armed Forces of the Philippines honored 117 soldier athletes and coaches from the Philippine Army, Philippine Air Force, and Philippine Navy and launched National Dental Health Month during a flag ceremony at Camp Aguinaldo, Quezon City yesterday. AFP Chief of Staff General Romeo Bronner Jr. said the award's achievements in the 33rd Southeast Asian Games reflect perseverance, professionalism, and service to country. He awarded commendation and merit medals to outstanding personnel, including Technical Sergeant Margarito J. Angana Jr. and Sergeant Romeo E. Jasmine Jr. for their roles as coaches and gold medalists. Lieutenant General Romel Roldan and other supervising officers also received recognition of the AFP Dental Service begun month-long oral health and prevention programs. This is Shari Rivera reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Shaira.
DWDD National
For other
News.
national news, the Philippine National Police said it has found the motive and identified the persons behind the deaths of Police Senior Master Sergeant Dayan Marie Molianido and her 8-year-old son John Ismael. PNP Chief Police General Jose Melencio Nartates Jr. said the complaints are expected to be filed soon. He added that more details will be disclosed today. So far, 4 persons have been placed under police custody in connection with the killings, including the victim's ex-husband and father, Police Senior Master Sergeant John Molianido. Also in custody are a care agent and her partner, a former police officer, as well as another suspect.
DWDD National News.
Senator Lauren Legarda called to make the anti-EPAL or crackdown on political branding and government-funded projects permanent. The Guardia welcomed the Department of the Interior and Local Government Directive ordering the removal of names, images, and likenesses of public officials from publicly funded billboards, markers, vehicles, and other properties. She said administrative rules alone are not enough to end the long-standing practice, and the public office is a trust and not a platform for self-promotion. The lawmaker noted that while agencies have issued similar prohibitions over the years, including earlier DILG circulars, commission and audit rulings, and budget provisions, these safeguards remain vulnerable without a clear enabling statute.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
From Solcom, let us hear from Jess about 31st IB participates in LDRRMO multi-hazard risk assessment at an interagency meeting in Sorsogon.
Yes, good afternoon. The 31st Infantry Charge Battalion, 9th Infantry Division, Philippine Army actively participated in the LDRRMO's multi-hazard population at risk assessment and interagency meeting held at the Emergency Operations Center, SPDRRMO Building, Barangay Boragbod, Sorsogon City on January 30, 2026. The activity was attended by Lieutenant Colonel Cliff Chester D. Ocampo, Infantry General Staff Corps, Philippine Army, commanding officer of the 31st IB, demonstrating the Philippine Army's continued support for local government initiative on disaster risk reduction and management. Also present were 22nd Infantry Battalion led by Lieutenant Colonel Erman Ryan C. Dalope, Infantry General Staff Corps, Philippine Army, the Sorsogon Police Provincial Office headed by Police Colonel Alex Cabrera Daniel, and members of the Local Disaster Risk Reduction Management Council and Provincial Local Government Unit of Sorsogon, led by Mr. Eric Franco Ravanilla, Provincial Administrator. The meeting aimed to reassess and update data on areas and population at risk from various hazards, strengthen interagency coordination, and ensure timely and effective preparedness and response to potential emergencies and disasters in the province. Through the active participation of 31st IB, the vital role of the Philippine Army as a part of the local government units in implementing the whole-of-nation approach was reaffirmed, with the goal of safeguarding public safety and strengthening community disaster resilience. This is Jess from Solcom reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Jess from Solcom.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
Let us hear more updates from Spencer about mother of Chantal Anicoche expresses gratitude to AFP and 2nd ID. Go Spencer.
Indeed, Rofh, Maria Liza Aninoche thanked the Armed Forces of the Philippines and the 2nd Infantry Division under her daughter Chantal Aninoche safely returned to the United States following her rescue and treatment in the Philippines. She sent her message to 2nd ID spokesperson and Public Affairs Office, Chief Colonel Michael Aquino, and praised the troops' professionalism, compassion, and humanitarian care. Maria Liza Aninoche cited the swift rescue in Abra de Ilog, Occidental Mindoro, and the continuous medical support provided to her daughter at the Army Station Hospital. Colonel Michael Aquino said the message affirms the Army's commitment to protect lives and uphold human dignity in all operations involving civilians. This is Spencer reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Spencer.
DWDD National News.
The two impeachment complaints filed against President Marcos hurdled their first obstacle after they were declared sufficient in form by the House Committee on Justice. Batangas 2nd District Representative Gervil Luistro said, this development paves the way for the determination of the complaint's sufficiency in substance in a scheduled hearing today, February 3. The panel discussion yesterday was relatively straightforward, as the attending congressmen were merely concerned with matters such as the proper signing and notarization of the documents presented. The entire affair lasted around 2 hours.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And that concludes today's broadcast, and thank you for your continued support, particularly to our viewers on AFP Radio DWDD's official Facebook page. Join us again tomorrow for more stories and updates, same time and same station. Once again, this is Rofh Suzon-Abay for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Behold the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rofh Suzon every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Ito ang DWDD 1134 kHz AM. Balita, impormasyon at musika. Ito ang DWDD AFP Radio. Boses ng Kawal Pilipino.
Kayo ay nakatutok sa DWDD AFP Radio. Kami po ay kasapi ng KBP, Kapisanan ng mga Broadcaster ng Pilipinas.